Hello, my name is Nagosi Priscilla. You're welcome to another podcast of Mlembe Cafe. We appreciate the fact that you're always listening in and keeping up with our updates. Today we are talking to one of the wives of our farmers of Mlembe Cafe whom we had registered. It's sad news that that farmer passed on during this pandemic. It wasn't because of coronavirus, but it was because of the effects of coronavirus that he passed on, because he was sickly and then it was hard for him to access medical care, and then he passed on. So today we are talking to the widow, the mother of his children that he left behind. Esmai, what's your name?
My name I'm called Nagosi Widow.
How old are you?
I'm 30 years old.
How many children do you have?
I have 6 children.
How old is the oldest child?
20.
She's 20 years.
Yes.
Sorry about your husband. We had the news he passed on during the pandemic, the lockdown. How is the situation now that your husband is gone? How is the situation in the home?
The situation I'm having now is of catering children, buying sugar. It is hard to get money for this pandemic case. Now I'm just struggling to cater for them. No one is helping me. I'm just alone.
Before your husband passed on, who was providing for the family?
Of course, it is a husband and me. Yes.
Which kind of job was he doing?
Farming.
And you?
Also farming.
Right now that we're in lockdown, the pandemic is here, what are you doing to support your family now that you're alone?
I'm still remaining doing farming, digging, coffee, and animal.
What are the challenges that you're facing, especially as regards to culture, now that your husband is not around? Are you able to cultivate the farms that you're cultivating? How are the relatives treating you being a woman in African society?
Okay, relatives are not so bad, but there are some people who use children to give them some bad words, and the children don't listen to me. Those are the challenges. In the garden, there's a challenge of doing contours. I'm also doing, but yet, on the farm, I'm getting the challenge of maintaining the coffee, because I was not used of doing that. It is the husband to do so. I'm getting the challenge of maintaining it.
Okay, he was the one taking care of the coffee. He was the one pruning. He was the one digging contours.
Yes.
Now all that work is you. Okay. What about when it comes to properties? You know, legally, when a husband passes on, it's always the wife to take over all the properties. How is it with you, since the cultural differences?
The properties, I'm still remaining with it. No one has grabbed it. But good enough, the husband, when the time is coming to pass out, he did the will. So, but I'm the one controlling all the properties. No one has grabbed it.
So you will be able at least to raise your children.
Yes, I will do it.
One of the cultural differences here is sometimes when a husband passes on, the relatives of the husband could normally come and take over the things. But it's good that for her case, the husband had a will, which is very rare here. Most of the time, people die intestate when they have not written a will, but in her case, she had a will, so it was easier. We thank you so much for listening to Mlembe podcast.